Ladies, here's my tried and true tips on how to pick the places to visit where the locals are least likely to kill or kidnap you. Super important when you travel. If you're going on a big trip or even staying in your home country as a woman traveler, one of your most important things is to make sure you're staying someplace, visiting someplace that is safe. Hi, I'm Jennifer. I've traveled to 40 countries, 30 of those as solo female. I've never been killed. So one of the best websites I have ever found that will tell you how safe a country is for women and women travelers is this one, the Georgetown Peace Index. Now, the great thing about this Peace Index is it ranks the countries with a number, and it also has this amazing map, so you can go and see kind of a heat map. Where's it safe? Where's it not so safe? Now, this comes out every year. It's a great resource. I would try to stay in the top 25 or 30 countries if you're traveling with just some girlfriends or by yourself. Now, you're probably saying, well, if it comes out once a year, it may not be so accurate because things change. You're gonna need some real-time information because it may have been safe when that survey came out, but now it's not so much. So here's how I determine if a place is still safe. I go onto social media and I follow the official accounts of that country or the cities I plan to visit in that country, as well as the visitor bureaus. Those will give you some great information real time. And as a traveler, no matter where I'm going in the world, I'm always gonna go to my home country and see what travel advisories are out there. Stay to the end to get my 10-second trick to finding the really important information in the hotel reviews and not all the fluff. Plus, my 5 recommendations for places to go that are safe for females. Once I figure out where I'm going, I'm gonna go back and register for the Smart Traveler program, which almost every country has. They call it by different names, but they will alert you if something's happening. So here are the 3 I go to. I don't just go to the one for the US, I'm an American, but I don't just go to the ustravel.gov. I also go to the Canadian one, and then I go to the one in the UK. The reason I do this is I want to make sure that my advisories are not based on some kind of political issue that maybe is not going to impact my trip. Now, as promised, let me tell you the secret, very quick way to determine if your hotel is really a place you want to stay. You know your hotel can make or break your trip. So I like to make sure my hotel is safe, well located, the people that work there are nice, and it's not very loud. So there's 2 websites I go to. These are the only 2 I've found where I can do this. I either go to hotels.com or TripAdvisor. And I go to the hotel I want to stay in. Usually I'm down to 1 or 2 hotels at this point. Go to their reviews, and then there's a search feature. You can search the reviews for certain words that are important to you, like safe, the word neighborhood, clean, quiet, friendly. If you'll search those words, any review that has those words in it will come up and you can make an informed decision. Is that hotel as great as it looks in the pictures? So that is my quick tip, so you don't have to read thousands of reviews that are full of stuff you could care less about. Now, as promised at the beginning of the video, let me tell you my 5 recommendations as a solo female traveler and a female traveler where I felt really safe. Number 5 on my list is Canada. Amazing scenery, friendly locals. You're going to be familiar with some of the customs if you're from the US or the UK. It always ranks as one of the safest places to visit. It's number 17 on the Georgetown Peace Index, which we talked about in the beginning. And if you only speak English, there's really not much of a language barrier unless you go to Quebec. The big cities have great public transportation. There's a lot of museums and cozy cafes. My favorite 2 places in Canada are Toronto, which is a huge big city, and Ottawa, which is a little bit smaller, but they have a fabulous tulip festival you might want to check out. Croatia. It has very low crime, especially against tourists. It has a lot of historical towns. In the main town of Split, they actually have a palace that is amazing, huge. They have a lot of restaurants built into it now. There's 1,000 islands in Croatia with turquoise water It's really inexpensive to book a day trip out to these little islands. The locals are very nice, and actually, it's a really good value for the money. My favorite town, I went to Dubrovnik and Split, and I have to say, Split seemed a little bit more like an undiscovered gem to me than Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik had a lot of tourists, but they were both amazing places. Number three on my suggested places to go is Ireland. You're not going to have any English speaking issues here. The locals are very friendly. The scenery is amazing. There's castles everywhere. They rank number 13 on the Georgetown Institute Peace Index. I really enjoyed Dublin. There's a lot of activity there. And another town that is a little less active but still very cute, has a college town vibe, is Galway. And that's close to the cliffs of Moher. So I would definitely suggest Ireland is a place that feels very safe for female travelers. Coming in at number two of places that feel safe is Belgium, particularly Bruges, Belgium. That comes in on number 11 on the Georgetown Peace Index. And when you think of Belgium, you think of beer, waffles, chocolate, and cheese. And who doesn't love all of those? They have some of the best beers, some of the best chocolate. You'll see waffles everywhere. And they have a lot of historic villages that are somewhat intact. So it's really an interesting place to visit. So if you love beer and you like that old medieval feel, Belgium may be your place. Number one on my list is Iceland. Iceland is one of the safest countries in the world. You'll see that on a lot of reviews. It comes in number 4 on the Georgetown report. The natural beauty here is amazing. It's actually a shorter flight from the US than going to mainland Europe. Also, the people were very friendly. It doesn't feel over touristed, especially when you get outside of Reykjavik. It really feels kind of sparsely populated. You may drive on the road and not see another car for 10 or 15 minutes. If you are going to go solo, my recommendation would be do Reykjavik on your own, solo, no problem. But when you go to the Golden Circle, I would suggest you go on a group trip because it is pretty remote out there. I'm not sure that I would want to go out to the Golden Circle as a solo. Now, in the summer, you have 24 hours of daylight. It is amazing. It really helps with the jet lag because it doesn't matter what time of day it is, you can go see these things that are in Iceland. So, Iceland is my number one pick if you're a female traveler and you want to stay safe.